interesting in my opinion.
Don't check the mic again, Johannes. It's
I don't know
use.
why it's really bothering me. But
I'm also like starting
Yeah.
to like get really scared.
Yeah,
Because-
because it's the first time actually something works.
Yeah.
You know, I'm also gonna check it.
it
so
feels like I'm way too lucky for this
Yeah.
to actually be happening.
We've tried so many hours
Yeah.
to get everything to work.
At this point in the video, we can probably start showing footage of how everything went down. So, should we start from the very beginning when we went to Verkkokauppa to
you
buy the
mean
mics?
that time I walked into Finnish class with my suitcase and you were at the back.
That's a bit too
that's how
far.
it all began.
Don't forget, I was also there.
You were also there, yes.
Okay,
I-
should we actually start with that? Because that's the story of how we met.
Because I think Noah, cheers to us, also had the same sickness I had, but just earlier than me. And
Yes.
Noah wasn't there.
Weirdly
school
enough,
starts.
like pretty much 1 year apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, like exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird. But yeah, so basically what happened was pre-IB started last year in August 2018, and most people went to school when school started, but
Yeah.
Noah wasn't there, and
No.
rebel.
His-
I was having fever dreams.
yeah, his name was on the lists though, like
Yeah,
in
on
the
your
class
class.
list.
Because
Yeah.
you're a part of B, right?
I'm
Yeah.
B, yeah.
Yeah.
me and Noah were in IBB, and Ciaran was in IBA, and Noah's name was on the list, yes, but he never showed up to class, and everyone was wondering is he even in the school? Like who is this guy? Like
We had one as well.
yeah, is he-
Zohran.
yeah, is he having some visa problems moving in from abroad or something? Like
His name was Noah Narmala.
I mean, he could have lived abroad.
Yeah, that's an Indian name.
Oh yeah, the Narmala
Indian
part
name.
does sound kind of
Yeah.
Indian.
And OA, 1O, that's also Indian.
True.
Look, is there?
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
it's a woman's name.
Yeah, I know it. Yeah, because I knew a Noah.
Yeah.
That was a woman.
Oh.
Hmm.
Okay.
Spanish.
But yeah, anyways, his name was on the list, but he never showed up to class. And then everyone just kind of accepted the fact that he was like either deceased or just
Noah's
just decided
dead.
to not come to the school without notifying
Yeah,
anyone.
because Zohran never came.
And none of the teachers were really telling us anything either, so we just kind of accepted it and moved
Mhm.
on. But then, after like 2 weeks of school going on, no?
School started on Thursday,
Yeah.
right? I showed up next Wednesday.
Okay, so a week.
5 days.
Yeah.
Or 4.
Yeah.
Around a week after school started, was it first the history lesson or the Finnish lesson?
Finnish.
It was
Yeah.
Finnish.
Yeah.
I don't have history with you guys.
Yeah, it was Finnish first. So we were having a Finnish lesson, and this was back when Ciaran was in Finnish A before he dropped to Finnish B like a coward.
I suck
And-
at the language. What do you want?
And yeah, so we were sitting there, and our teacher, Anonymous, was telling us something about literary analysis and plot devices and whatnot. And suddenly there's a knock on the door, and this man in a suit and with a nice outfit and a suitcase walks in. I mean, a briefcase, not a suitcase. Walks into the classroom, and all eyes are on him. And first thought that I had was, is this like an assistant teacher or something? He was looking very fashionable and very formal.
Dude, I literally had a gray t-shirt and black jeans.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know, maybe it was the posture or the hair or the briefcase or whatever, but something just made you look very official. And then you walked in the class and just said hi to the teacher, sat down casually like nothing happened,
Yeah.
and just joined the lesson. And everyone thought like, is this the guy? And then we found out his name was Noah, so we knew he was the guy who was missing. And we thought like, oh, it must be kind of, or I was thinking personally that it must be kind of difficult to come into a school like a week after the year starting when everyone's already kind of making friends and joining cliques and whatever. And then, well, it
Wasn't
didn't seem
too
to
hard
be
for
very
him.
hard for Noah. Hmm?
Yeah, I was just saying, yeah, it didn't seem too hard for him. But
Yeah.
I thought for the first week when he came back for the Finnish classes, because I didn't have any other classes with him, only Finnish, I thought he was just one of those national siders that like
Oh.
take some IB courses,
Yeah.
like the bio students
Yeah.
that we have at the moment. And like, I have this really vivid memory of you being someone completely different looking and just like sounding completely Finnish. But it's changed so much since I've like actually known you.
Yeah, and then he started like pretty much making a lot of jokes in class on the first day. So then like I don't know if you remember, but everyone in the back of the class was just laughing every time you said something.
Yeah.
And like
I straight up thought I was being bullied.
yeah, yeah, like now I kind of understand why it would seem like that, but it wasn't like no one was making fun of you. I think it was just more that everything that you said was like funny somehow.
It's just artistic.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember recognizing Ciaran first because he's the only one I remember seeing in the entrance exams.
Yeah.
I remember seeing him in the hall and be like, now that guy is like a straight up like a cool
Thug.
like probably has good conversation.
Oh, yeah.
Conversational
yeah.
topics and stuff. That was what I was thinking. I was like, if we're gonna get into IB, I hope he's there too. So when I walked into the Finnish guy, I was like, oh, that guy is here.
Oh,
Yeah.
hell
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, the fact that you thought that he would have good conversation topics and now you're doing a podcast with him, that's
True.
pretty interesting.
That's kind of mind blowing.
True.
Like less than 2 years ago.
True.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then yeah.
Are we gonna skip my first impression on you?
Oh well.
No one has a good first impression.
Yeah. But we started making jokes right away. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's all that we said.
We had Finnish and then Swedish.
You're rubbing your face very weirdly right now.
Yeah, I don't think the listeners want to hear about your first impression of me.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, can I remember anything about having a first impression of you? But I don't think 6-year-olds really have a first impression of
Yeah.
people.
I don't.
Yeah,
think
the
they
first
do.
impression of other people is what toys they have.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember seeing him
I
with a
mean-
cowboy hat.
Yeah, and I remember when I moved to Finland, I started collecting Pokemon cards, and then there was 3 other guys in the school as well who were doing it, and Ciaran was one of them. I think that's how we started talking.
Probably. My earliest memory of that school is seeing a shiny Darkrai EX card, like the matted plastic, whatever it's called. I mean, like, that's cool, and then seeing
Oh.
someone rip it.
What? Why? What?
We 6-year-olds!
Vanda.
Oh, you knew better though.
Yeah. Oh my god.
What is your rarest Pokemon card?
I think the highest bid one, is it the Charizard? Like original? But then there's like, I think there's a fat Pikachu and something else
well,
that there's only like 2
Something
of.
you have.
Well, the rarest I have?
Yeah?
There's a Yveltal EX that I have
I
that's...
don't know what that is.
I have a Raikou EX
Yeah.
from what? Wait, which generation is it from?
Gen 2.
Maybe.
Johto,
Yeah.
probably. Yveltal is the main legendary of Pokemon Y. This black-red bird
Uh-huh.
that's like death.
Why is it death?
Because like X and Y is life and death. It's based on the
Oh,
Tree of
it's
Life.
Death. It's
Yeah.
not death.
No, not death. Death.
It's like I'm a Pokemon who got here.
There are Pokemon based on like sound and stuff, but the thing is, the one I have is like a shiny X, but it's also in Japanese, so it sells for around 25 euros at the moment, at least, per card.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
pretty good.
Sure, yeah.
I don't have one of the really expensive ones, so that's pretty good for a pack I paid like 2 euros for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some Pokemon cards that are like super rare.
Like the
Yeah.
Charizard one's
I
horrible.
I have the rarest Pokemon card I have is Mewtwo EX. I don't know what that's worth, but but boys,
Probably
you
like
know the
5.
real money is in Magic.
Magic the Gathering. How much does a pack cost? Nowadays?
Around the same probably as Pokemon.
6? Or it's like 6 to 15.
I mean, no, €3.
Yeah, it's a lot cheaper then. Because
Yeah.
Pokemon
One
packs
pack.
are like $5.95 to
And
15.
Magic cards are
Pokemon-
worth more.
Pokemon cards are crazy expensive.
Yeah,
But-
okay, it's a scam.
No, but the
Like
thing is,
I literally got like I was up €100 or something from a couple of packs.
Yeah, but-
but I never sold the cards.
like Magic the Gathering has a cult following. Pokemon's
Yeah.
just too global to
Yeah.
like have cheap.
Yeah.
I mean, Pokemon's like
If
the first
that's-
anime that anyone saw. Like anyone who watches anime or doesn't watch anime probably
the
started
Western.
with Pokemon.
Yeah.
Counter argument: Magic is actually much bigger than Pokemon.
it?
globally,
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
it is.
As a card game, yes, but
Yeah,
as a
yeah.
thing.
Not as a thing.
'Cause
yeah.
Pokemon's
Pokemon is a
because of
household
the
name.
trademark and yeah, it's Pokemon. They're
Yeah.
gonna sell the cards much more expensive.
Yeah.
But,
That's what I meant. Like the brand
Yeah,
is so
okay,
much
yeah,
more
yeah.
bigger.
yeah.
Because like you put Pokemon on anything and you can add a couple extra 10 euros
Yeah.
on it.
You can
Yeah.
make a movie with Ryan Reynolds as Pikachu. That doesn't make any sense.
Oddly specific.
No, Detective Pikachu is based on a video game that's amazing.
Okay.
Play it.
No.
Wait, what console was that for?
DS.
Oh, okay.
I think I
could
have it.
actually play no.
It's great, and like the original voice actor did one of Anthony Padilla's. You know when he gets like a bunch of people from a specific group
Mm.
Yeah.
and like interviews them. He did voice actors, and one of the voice actors he got was
Oh.
the original Detective Pikachu voice actor
Huh.
Dude,
in English.
how sad is Anthony Padilla?
What do you mean?
He left like the OG YouTube
Yeah,
channel
but I
and the
understand why.
agency.
Because it seems like such a money just like grabbing.
Okay, but like think about
thing.
what him and Ian did. Like they created pretty much an empire out of just
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like their videos were like 5 minutes long skits, and they made like millions and millions.
But think
of
about
them.
it. Like they got really early on someone to like back them up.
Yeah,
I think like the biggest stories are people like Jacksepticeye.
yeah.
The reason why
true.
Jacksepticeye got big was because PewDiePie shouted him out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
Yeah.
That blew him up. Small Irish man
Yeah.
in a garage or like,
But like
shed.
Smosh
speaking.
was way bigger than PewDiePie
Yeah,
in
definitely.
the beginning of YouTube.
Yeah, it was
Like
number
Ray
one.
William Johnson and Smosh were the channels
Fred.
that people would watch. Yeah,
Fred's
Yeah,
number one
yeah.
back then.
and
And
then
also, Good Mythical Morning was still pretty big.
yeah,
And Ryan Higa by
And these
himself.
days,
But
Good Mythical
he's
Morning
still
actually,
big.
actually owns Smosh.
really.
Yeah, they bought it.
Yeah, from what's the company's name that went bankrupt that owns Smosh?
I don't know.
I
But
don't
now they
remember.
at least have more freedom and stuff.
Because the only like studio that I always remember, just because it's so funny, is Maker Studios. Because
Yeah.
Maker Studios and Machinima owned everything.
Yeah,
My favorite Smosh thing ever is that music video, Dixon Cider.
Dixon Cider is a great
Yeah.
video.
and also I don't know why, but the skit they made when like I think it was the first iPhone or something came
Oh,
out
yeah.
where they were talking like they had a idea that Siri was gonna kill them. Like this was back when AI was like super underdeveloped. You know, like I don't know, 2008 or something.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like no one really knew anything about AI, and it wasn't like advanced at all. But they had this idea that like they had the iPhone be a character in the skit, and then Siri became like sentient
Yeah.
and tried to kill him.
Yeah.
And pretty much like that's not far from what could
Yeah.
happen now.
They were ahead
'Cause-
of their time.
Yeah, because we have like now we have Alexa and Google Home and stuff
Yeah.
that literally control your house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like-
you can change your colors to any other light than black, which is a little weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But talking about that and combining that with something we spoke about earlier is Pokemon nowadays. Have you heard like the stuff that's happening?
What?
Do you know there used to be something known as Pokemon Bank where you could transfer Pokemon from older games to new games? Now and then Pokemon.
Oh,
then
like
came,
the migration
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Then came Pokemon Go. Now there's a thing called Pokemon Home and Pokemon Sleep.
That's weird.
For like you can sleep and play Pokemon.
Pokemon
That's
Go,
weird.
Pokemon Go College.
So it's gonna be like Pokemon Car, Pokemon House, Pokemon Loan.
They're just gonna take
I
everything.
take my Pokemon loan to the Pokemon Bank
Yeah.
to buy a Pokemon house.
Wait, what's Pokemon Sleep though?
Pokemon Sleep, I don't know. It hasn't come out yet, but it's supposed to be like
That sounds so weird.
you sleep
Yeah.
and you can like level up your Pokemon or
that's-
something.
Sleep your Pokemon.
It's like your Pokemon evolve based on your REM cycles.
Honestly,
Oh, oh, that would be sick.
do you know why that would
be
work?
sick.
because there's some Pokemon that are based on sleep.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah, like
No.
Darkrai.
Money from Black and White. You know the weird pink ball.
Money?
Yeah,
Money or
Yeah.
Muna. No, Muna.
yeah, I think it's
Money.
more the one that you find in the relic places, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Or-
desert maps.
No, you find
No?
it in the like third city, first city, third town.
Oh, okay.
It's like the backyard area where you get your the ape. You get like the
Oh, yeah, yeah, I
Simisearch,
remember.
Simisear.
It's been so long since I played Black
I
and
need to
White.
play Black and White again.
But yeah, if Pokemon actually or Nintendo does that and starts like making their own company, you know, like in terms of a brand for Pokemon.
Because I went to a Pokemon cafe in Japan and that was hella spicy.
Yeah.
The one I want to go now is the Final Fantasy cafe in Akihabara.
Final Fantasy Cafe?
Yeah, there's like food and stuff.
Are they doing wild stuff? Like they're doing Final Fantasy weddings?
There's a shooting range cafe. Like you
Really?
think maid cafes
Shooting range cafe or what?
That's the weirdest concept
you
ever.
think maid cafes are weird. There was a maid cafe and a shooting range cafe. Me and my dad said, let's go here. But my mom and my sister were like, no, we go here.
Yeah,
And they won.
of course. But let's not get into that. But yeah, the shooting range cafe, that sounds like a super weird concept. You're like, Dad, let's go shoot some pistols. And
I don't know if it's like an actual shooting range, because
Yeah.
I don't know about the
Yeah,
gun
you're like
laws.
out there like blasting a shot,
Yeah.
It'd be
and then
easy to make-
somebody just yells somewhere back in the counter like, Joe, Joe,
we got a
got it with
cuppa.
extra cream, Joe.
Then you turn around with the
Yeah.
gun pointed. They're like,
Yeah.
did you remember to take away the lactose?
Yeah, 2 stevias.
I think like a proper shooting range cafe would only work in like America.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's not stereotypical.
No, honestly.
Yeah.
There's so many shooting ranges
Yeah.
that you could honestly make it work.
I mean, there probably is.
Yeah,
I mean,
probably.
100%.
did you just say that there's a shooting?
Yeah, but
well,
in
yeah.
America.
But like, I'm not sure if it was an actual shooting range. That was just a name.
Yeah,
I
it could
never
just
went
be a
inside.
theme.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, instead of having maids give you food, you have like these
Yeah.
guys in military outfits.
You go in like 4 lines, like the boards that they shoot, and then they throw the coffee at you.
Oh, do you know that meme? Am I the only one? Where
Yeah.
the guy- they have like the headphones on and the shotgun, and like then they give the shotgun, and the shotgun they open, and then your food comes out from there.
Dude, if there's any shooting range cafe companies listening right now,
Yeah.
hire Ciaran to give
Yeah.
ideas. You're creative director.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be fire.
Oh, then we make one.
We could
Honestly,
make
can
one.
we
I
make
mean, there's a gun store right next to our school.
Yeah, which always
Wait, there
worries
is?
me. But then I
Yeah.
realize-
Like next to Resso.
yeah,
Yeah,
like,
Lehtikusentie.
we're here. You keep going. Like, you know where the subway is?
Yeah.
It's on the other side of the subway.
It's right there.
It has
Wait,
barred
like-
windows.
Actually?
Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause
this
that-
is... Okay,
I've
don't
never
get
seen it.
excited,
No, no.
Johannes.
No, I'm just.
You know,
Theoretical.
my mom lived in that area as a child.
Yeah.
And she told me someone broke in there once. That's why they
That's
have
scary.
the bars on the windows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd assume they have to have a security guard or something.
Yeah, but like that was back in
Sure.
the like 80s.
What's the gun pose in Finland anyway?
I mean, it's just. Unless you're a hunter and you have a license, it's pretty much impossible to get a gun.
Huh.
Like, it's not impossible, but it's very difficult, and you actually have to be like psychiatrically evaluated and go through training,
Yeah,
unlike America,
yeah.
which is good. Like,
Yeah, it is good. It
Yeah.
is very, very good.
it's. I mean, we've all seen what happens when anyone can just buy a gun
Mm.
It's
and
horrifying.
run around. Yeah.
But it's the video games, guys.
Video
It's
games
not the
called
guns, it's the video
violence.
games.
It's Fortnite.
Honestly, they say
Fortnite is
that.
also making people
Have you
just
seen the
get.
llama in Fortnite? That will give their children nightmares and make them shoot their friends.
Yeah, and it's also giving little kids the ability to just build walls in like 5 seconds.
Dude,
If we're gonna talk about like,
Trump will be excited to build that wall.
does anyone, what's the situation now with Trump?
What
Is
do you
he-
mean?
Because of the impeachment.
Oh, I mean, okay, the thing is, half of the American media, all of the left-wing sites are saying the impeachment's going really well and it's gonna happen. You know, like Trump's a horrible person.
Yeah.
I mean, which undeniably, he's not the best person. And
Yeah.
like, they're saying the impeachment's gonna happen, whereas all the right-wing news agencies are saying like, oh, these clowns, they're just wasting their time.
Yeah, but didn't conservatives,
Conservatives. There's no D there. Conservatives.
Conservatives.
Yeah.
Good job.
Conservatives? That's weird, man.
Yeah.
Didn't they also like support the libtards?
Yeah.
Like
Don't
in
the
the
liberals.
impeachments?
The liberal.
What kind of terminology are you using on a PG podcast?
PG, bro? This is... No.
Who's gonna listen to this? Oh my.
All the people.
All the people.
All the people.
Um,
The target audience is everyone.
Talking
Hey,
about
you 4-year-old Jimmy back there.
Johnny.
Hey,
Yo,
Jared, I know you're going to work and I know your wife
Yeah.
hates you and you're thinking of leaving her, but just
somebody just
watch out!
somebody just woke up in their bed like, oh, they call
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
Somebody whose name is Jared. He's like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
Also, little Mary, who's on the train right now, That guy who's
Yeah.
sitting 2 seats across from you,
No.
he's looking at you kind of
Oh,
weird. So
oh,
I
Mary,
think I would
better
switch
run.
spots if I
Better
was
This is-
run.
you.
this is
Better
getting
get
too
off the next
real.
stop.
This is kind of dark because that reminds me of
No, this is
trains
comedy.
and Japan.
Train.
Oh, every road leads to Ciaran's Dark Japan. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay, no, but like I'm just gonna say this is the last thing I'm gonna mention about it. But like the trains there,
Yeah.
you know the stories.
Oh, of people like getting groped and
Yeah,
stuff.
just
Yeah.
anything that happens to
Yeah.
like the jumpings. There's so much.
Yeah,
other stuff.
definitely.
But they have like women only sections,
Which is good.
which is like these carts.
Mm.
Like I accidentally went into one, and then I realized that it was one, so I had to bounce down quickly, go into another door.
Imagine like you go into one and then instead of like the inspectors were like, "Do you have a ticket?" They're like, "Sir, pull down your pants. We need to check if you're a woman."
They might mistaken Ciaran for a girl though.
Maybe.
I didn't have long hair back then. Excuse
Hey,
me.
that's
Okay.
not all it takes to make a girl.
Well, that's what everyone keeps telling me.
But
like,
your
you look like a
flamboyant
girl now.
personality as well.
Fine.
Seeing how you move your hands, you're like the last airbender. Like,
Yeah. Ciaran like making a point in a conversation is
Yeah.
just like
yeah,
audio listeners, you're
it's
gonna
Doctor
love
Strange.
this. Yeah.
Yeah.
I take offense to this.
Well, why you take offense to that? That's just a funny
Okay.
coincidence.
Let's-
Okay, guys. Now, a few minutes ago, Noah established that our target audience is everyone. So, this far, to cater to everyone, we've
Yeah.
talked about Pokemon,
Yeah.
video games,
Politics.
shooting, and politics. I think we haven't done the best job
And
at
Japan
including
for
There's
everyone.
we
a
have
lot
those.
of stuff in between the lines, Johannes, that
You
you're
gotta
not reading here.
infer.
Okay, but now, since the beginning of our audience will most likely consist of people similar to our educational situation
Yes,
right
yes.
now in
And
Resso.
like 20% are people from my Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, since tomorrow is quite an important day in a way,
Is it?
even though nothing is like final yet,
Mhm.
but
Mm.
at 10 a.m. tomorrow we have to turn in our preliminary forms for our extended essay.
Oh Lord.
Our choices, and basically what we have to do is pick 2 or more, or like, yeah, 2 or 3 topics basically of what we would like to write a 4,000 word essay on. So I was thinking we could maybe go around and tell the
sure.
audience,
Yeah.
because that also shows what we're interested in a way.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Because nobody's gonna steal our ideas because this is gonna come out who knows.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we can't really steal each other's ideas because,
We are friends.
haha, friendship!
Yeah.
Okay, Ciaran, you should start. So, what are you gonna do?
Well, I don't have.
All right, we'll come back to you.
Alright, Ciaran, thank you very much.
Thanks, Ciaran. So, Noah, do you want to tell the audience first what the
Yeah.
extended essay actually is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I already. You said what it is.
I mean, I just said it's a 4,000 word
Well,
project.
that's what
but-
it is.
Do we need
Fine,
to go into
yeah.
more detail about that? That's
Fair enough,
basically
fair enough.
what it
Let's
is.
not bore them.
So
Alright.
I'm thinking about analyzing stand-up comedy in the sense that how do stand-up comedians use language and mannerisms in order to create a funny and comfortable context.
What subject will this?
It
fall
will
into?
be a world studies, so a combination
and
of English and psychology.
Makes
Yes.
sense.
Yeah, and
All right. So for world studies, there's always 2 subjects, and
yeah.
you have to pick one subject which you're gonna emphasize more, and the other one is more supportive because you can only have
You
one
have to do
supervisor.
that.
Yeah, because you can only have one supervisor. So are you thinking of leaning more
Can we
towards
have
the
2?
English side? I mean, you can have 2, but only one can give you feedback,
Oh yeah.
like written feedback,
Ah.
which is basically what dictates your essay.
Yeah.
So are you gonna think more on the psychological side or the
Psychological
English?
side would work
Okay.
better because there's also a lot to analyze with the setting and
Yeah.
physical comedy, all the different forms of comedy,
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Dog.
so interesting.
dark humor, physical comedy, all that
Yeah.
stuff.
Then there's also one area of comedy that we're really experienced in, which is bad comedy. And
But
so,
tush.
Yeah.
so is there like a
Got this,
specific
gone
one
this.
that you're gonna focus
Specific one. I mean, no, I don't know how I would research it yet though.
on?
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, do I analyze one stand-up comedian
Or
a
do you
selection,
compare and contrast?
selection of stand-up comedians with different styles, or just everyone I find?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know yet. but I mean, there's a wide range of stand-up.
I think that's a really interesting, like.
Yeah, Anthony Jeselnik, you know him?
I-
That's like super dark stand-up comedy, like talking about people just dying and
Yeah.
abortions and stuff. But he's like super ironical about it, so it's like dark humor. And then there's other people.
All right. And I mean, you're a big fan of stand-up comedy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like, who would you say is like, are the main people who got you into stand-up comedy? You know,
Mean
because
people.
yeah, like comedians, or did someone like recommend someone to
Mainly
you?
comedians,
Yeah.
finding them on YouTube.
Yeah,
I mean, Chris D'Elia's old YouTube stuff is amazing.
yeah,
And also, I can't remember their name. I mean, just started with Chris D'Elia and then
Yeah.
started watching all the others in that
Okay.
circle.
Have you watched Frankie Boyle?
No.
He's a Scottish dark comedian. He got kicked out of a show because of being too
Yeah.
dark. But I recommend watching the show back when he was on it. It's called. What's it called? It has that other British dude with the lazy eye. Russell Howard's.
Brand?
No, Russell Howard's. This blonde dude. It's like. But it's like they get like. This Irish dude. I don't remember anyone's name for some reason, but like this Irish dude gives them like a topic.
Yeah.
It's like sent lines you wouldn't hear in a nature
oh, it's one of
documentary.
those shows.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then they
yeah, yeah.
go on stage and like
It's like
go to the
improv
middle.
comedy.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 Okay,
It's
I've
so
seen those.
funny.
I've seen those. Who was that? Andrew Schultz.
Oh yeah, yeah, I
Insane
remember him.
comedian. Just like has no material pretty much at all. Always goes on stage and starts ripping off the audience.
Yeah,
And that's it. And today I was watching one of his videos, like of his background. He was going around New York to the old clubs where he used to do the stuff, and there was like this weird basement of a bar where they would go with his friends who are also not big comedians
yeah.
and just do shows for free. Basically, the bar was just like, you can say anything you want as long as you just get people in here to buy drinks.
Okay.
And then they just were every night they're bombing for 4 years straight to like some Swedish tourists that didn't even know English, and then just like grew out there. That's pretty cool.
All right.
Should we move on to your ideas?
Yeah, sure. But so first, before we move on the topic of comedy, and especially dark humor, where do you guys think like the line goes, or is there even a line of what you can joke about and what you can't? Because, for example, like yesterday, musical artist died, and a lot of people were joking about it, and then there's another group of people who are getting like very hurt and offended by the jokes. So like, where do you guys stand on this?
I mean,
Like, do you think that there should be a point where people are like, you can't joke about that?
I mean, there's jokes that are in poor taste even many years into the future.
Yeah,
But like, I don't think there's a line per se that exists. I think it's up to person.
yeah,
So I think it's very subjective, and because of that, I can't really say that there is a right or wrong about making jokes. Just do what you feel comfortable with.
Yeah.
Yeah, but with people dying and then making jokes
yeah.
in the same day, I
Yeah.
mean,
That's kind of in really poor taste.
Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah,
insensitive
yeah.
because like of course, like for example, someone like Hitler dying, like which is like ages ago,
Yeah.
you know, almost 100 years ago. If
Yeah.
someone makes a joke about that now, especially knowing that things that he's done, it's like no one really frowns upon that.
Mhm.
But then again, like if someone died yesterday, it's kind of like it's a very urgent matter. But like the way that I've thought about it, because we had a discussion about this a while back.
Yeah, probably
With
had
no-
many.
Yeah, yeah. So the way that I was thinking about it was that like technically you can joke about anything because like you know, humor is subjective and
Mhm.
some people find it funny, some don't.
Yeah.
But like I think the key thing is that if you joke about something that's like kind of a rough topic or like super could be like interpreted as very insensitive, then the joke like better be funny, you know? Like
Yeah,
because
but
if you make a joke like that and then it turns
Yeah.
out to like not be funny
if it's
and
just
it's
shock value
offensive,
for the sake of
Yeah.
shock value,
Yeah.
then it's pointless.
yeah,
But then
and then you're
also-
like kind of like a bad person or
Mm.
you're blamed as a bad person.
Yeah.
But if it's funny and it's like a bad topic, then some people are gonna like it at
If
least.
you put at least like a shred of clever
Yeah,
to it, like,
exactly.
then it
Yeah.
adds. But then we have to think about the fact that like for a lot, comedy is a way of grieving.
Yeah,
Like if something sad happens, like oh my grandfather just died, then
Yeah.
we make a joke about it. It's like it's an easy way to just get
Cope
over
with
your
it.
emotions and
Yeah.
cope with what's happening.
yeah,
So I
'Cause-
say it's just subjective.
yeah. All right, Ciaran, do you wanna?
How's
say
your
yours?
mic?
My mic?
Yeah, is it inside your? No, I mean, it looks like it's inside your shirt.
I mean,
again.
do I want to talk about
No,
my
it's here.
E?
Okay, just gonna say.
Yeah.
It's
Can you
not in-
guys hear me?
Oh, that's
No, that's too close.
that
man.
was
They could
kind of
have
scary.
in there, okay, wherever they're listening.
Emily, I'm telling you, get off the
Don't.
train now.
Stop.
Don't be such a bully to our
Okay,
audience in
I'm
our
sorry.
first episode.
I'm sorry.
I was just wondering, it's not in your jungle of chest hair going on. All the little creatures gonna be screaming in the mic, all kinds of crazy stuff. I don't.
All the fleas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of
Okay.
delusions do you guys have?
All right. Yeah. Do you want to tell us your
My
extended
my
essay
E.
topic?
I was planning on either to what extent I don't know yet, but music relating to psychology and how it can affect the mind
Mm-hmm.
is one, and the other one that could either be world studies like Noah's or just pure psychology or English is analyzing a character or an album.
Okay.
Like I was even thinking because I rewatched Crimes of Grindelwald
Yeah.
yesterday, and I was just thinking like his mannerisms are very unique,
They are, but I don't know if there's enough to analyze.
but there is. But
Is
I don't
there?
want to do it because someone else already did it.
Really?
But like just the base about the fact that the way he acts makes him a perfect zoologist, which is what he is.
Mm.
Because the way he acts is like not looking people in the eye, being
Yeah.
submissive, which is what you need to do to animals to show them that you're not a threat.
Yeah.
So they don't attack
Respect them. Yeah, you have
Like-
to be like timid.
you. You're like small, and
True.
then they're like,
I haven't
aha.
seen the movie. I don't know.
Wait, who's doing it?
No, someone did it in Reddit. Like I read a post that was
Oh.
like, I'm not gonna just copy someone
Interesting.
else's work.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
But I want
definitely.
to do something along the same lines.
Okay.
Like I had an interesting idea that the dude from Coraline is just Newt Scamander as a child, because they
Ooh.
have the similar kind
Yeah,
of personality.
Dude,
that's a
imagine.
bit of a stretch though.
It is,
You
but
have-
it'd be funny.
You have 13 hours.
Yeah. You can come up with an idea in 13 hours.
No, but I'm just gonna do character analysis,
Yeah.
aka music, as like what I'm writing onto the
Okay,
EE thingy.
fair enough. And we only went through one of your topics. Do
Yeah.
you have any other ideas?
Yeah, I've been thinking about comparing graphic novels to their corresponding movies.
Okay.
Maybe
Ooh.
just can contrast them like that. Maybe Watchmen, I don't know. Batman stuff is kind of tricky because there's no clear corresponding movie. It's like Dark Knight
Yeah, they're
Returns has
interpreted.
parts of Nightfall comic and then parts of the Dark Knight Returns comic.
Yeah,
And it's a weird mashup, so I don't know. Can't do a straight comparison,
Yeah.
but maybe a collection of comparison.
that sounds dope.
Yeah.
All right, Johannes.
All
Why
right.
been still saving your mighty ideas for last?
Best
huh?
for last, huh?
They're not that mighty because they're not like specific yet. But the first idea I had was that I would talk about social identity theory, which is like a common theory in psychology, and then how it affects developing and recovering from a gambling addiction. So basically, what it means is that people obviously have different roles in social groups. Like, even if they're not like super fleshed out, you can always kind of tell someone's like the leader, or someone's a follower, or someone's more quiet, for example. And then there's like a lot of evidence that proves that these roles affect how people may become addicted to drugs and like alcohol, for example. But I want to find out if the same correlation is also found in gambling. And like I've always found gambling super interesting, and especially the way that people kind of trick themselves into thinking it's a good idea.
Mm.
Yeah, so something along that. And then my other idea that I've like now grown more fond of was that I would analyze Mac Miller, who's an artist, singer, and a rapper who died last year. I would analyze one of his albums called Watching Movies with the Sound Off, and more specifically, I would look into the themes of like battling your personal demons and mental illness that eventually caused him to die of drug overdose, and how he basically predicted his own death in his music.
So these both would be in the subject of psychology?
The second one would be English.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it would be more about his lyrics.
Motif, thematics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my last one is world studies, but I'm not sure about that because I was thinking about analyzing the media and how it portrays villains, but that's like super difficult to do because there's no real proof, and everything that you can find is like speculation, kind of.
Yeah.
Do you know what I would have done, but because of the IB stance on it, I'm not?
What?
Hidetaka Miyazaki
Oh, video
from
games.
Software, and how he uses his inability as a child to read English in relation to his creation of his video games based on just looking at pictures and looking at a couple words and then imagining the rest to create like perverted versions of fantasy novels that Westerners understand, and then just adding this Japanese twist because he didn't understand what he was reading.
Yeah, that's interesting. But yeah, for some reason the IB just doesn't like video games.
SMH.
Yeah. Even they are like the biggest form of entertainment on the planet right now.
Yeah, they surpass movies now.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to
Good.
think about.
GTA 5 passed everything ever.
Yeah.
Anything be sold. Water, bananas, it surpassed
Think about
all of it.
Well, Super Mario Brothers, the first
Super
one.
Mario. Like, Gangster King came out. Super Mario Brothers.
Super Mario Brother. I don't see what y'all talking about.
No, we'll see in the recording.
Brother. But yeah, like that. How iconic the music has become.
Yeah.
In it.
I mean, same with Legend of Zelda. Like, there's millions of views in YouTube and just like soundtracks from Zelda games that are used as study music.
Blocked by Nintendo. By YouTube. Have you guys kept up to date with the COPPA?
What's that?
Or what? It's the child protection thing in America, which is basically ruining 50% of YouTube channels. Because like anyone who does like Let's Play, that like you can't have too much swearing or you won't get money.
Yeah.
But nowadays you have to have some swearing, so it's not a child channel, because child channels get shut down because children are not supposed to be on YouTube.
Really?
Yeah. So all YouTube channels are like suffering from this.
That's crazy.
This law has always existed, but only recently have they started to use
Enforce
it as an
it,
excuse. It's getting crazy.
Well, back to iconic music, I've been wondering, can you name anything else, any other song in the MCU than Avengers? Or can you like remember any other theme song?
I can remember Spider-Man's theme, but just because I have the video game and it always plays when I open it.
And because Spider-Man has one of the best cartoon versions
Spider-Man
of the
has a clear theme.
No, but I mean the MCU.
But they
Spider-Man.
use that and then just mash it up. That's like the underlying tone, like all 007 movies.
But like, what's the Iron Man theme?
I have no idea.
Back in black. I hate the set. Back in black. I know it, but I don't know it.
Yeah.
Like if I hear it, I can tell it's Iron Man.
You remember there's a Captain America theme, but you can't remember it. It's so. Why do they make music like that?
Wait, is the Captain America theme like super drum heavy and doesn't have a real melody?
There's like a some kind of
flute.
No, like a saxophone.
Oh.
No, some kind of like bigger. Yeah.
Trombone.
It's like an army thing, like
an army march.
And then there's like, it starts and then it's like doo doo, and then there's some saxophone sounds.
But the Avengers.
Not saxophone. It's another two.
But from the MCU, Avengers is the most important, or like the biggest, especially like because of Endgame and Civil War. No, not Civil War, Infinity War. But Spider-Man's probably the most iconic in the long run as just like an overall theme in everything, you know.
Arguable.
I mean, Batman's theme is pretty.
No, I'm talking
came before.
Marvel.
Okay, Marvel.
Comics.
Okay.
Most important theme in like recent memory is just Spider-Man in general, like the cartoon.
Yeah.
And then, Batman is overall probably more.
Yeah, and he has multiple multiple themes that you remember. There's the original and there's
Dark Knight.
theme,
all of the
and then
themes
there's
from
the
that.
cartoon. There's so many.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, so what if we make some themes for these characters? Like, what would be
That
the
would be
themes?
interesting.
Like, what would be the theme for Hulk?
I think Hulk would
I
have
mean-
to be very drum heavy, like
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
kick drums.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it has to have the intense, you know.
Yeah.
And then I'd have
And maybe there should be like a guttural screech
Yeah.
as a background vocal.
Oh yeah, this whole
when he,
going
like,
like,
yeah.
"Whoa!"
Yeah.
and then like a loud bang.
No, just make an
definitely.
EDM song and it's like.
No,
Actually,
not it.
I have some really interesting ideas now. Like, just came up to me. Hawkeye would be heavily Yakuza Japanese based.
Yeah.
Well, why?
Endgame
Because he only
Hawkeye.
No,
went to Japan in
no,
Endgame.
not because of that. The bow aspect of his
Yeah.
it has that very old-fashioned feel. So I can
It's
think you could
like
have
Hanzo.
like you know, like you have water in one of those things go like shh, and then you just have like the sound of an arrow string go. Dong.
I think Hawkeye would be like just sad Last of Us guitar, you know.
I think it could have something.
That's more
that
like
as well.
just Jeremy Renner, not the actual character.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
who is Hawkeye? Just Jeremy
Yeah,
Renner.
true.
It's,
And then,
Yeah.
but like, well,
and
it's
he's apparently being an Oscar nominee over Robert Downey Jr. for Marvel or something.
What?
Okay,
I'm
I don't
not.
see
I'm
that.
not. Don't.
He's
take,
not even that good of an actor.
Don't take that like
But-
100%. But I think Jeremy Renner got picked over all the others.
Okay,
or
I don't
something.
What?
see that.
That's insane.
But,
Yeah, Marvel thinks he's a good actor.
but Hawkeye isn't really Hawkeye in the movies because
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a mix between Hawkeye and what's his face.
Who?
In Endgame, it's also
Ronin.
Ronan,
yeah.
who's a completely different character.
Yeah, but they didn't mention.
Yeah, but like the whole thing
Yeah, he was
about
just
him.
an emo boy.
Yeah,
He
which
turned
is
into an e-boy.
which is
Emo,
what
yeah.
Ronan is.
Yeah.
And then Thanos would be very
Also,
divine.
I love how Ciaran just came up with all these songs. Like, yeah, this is definitely not a scripted podcast, guys. Don't worry.
And then Thanos's would be like, I'd say there's like a harp, and it'd be like a choir singing in the
Yeah,
background because it's like
it has
because he
to be
believes that
like-
he's good, so it'd be
Yeah.
like very like powerful godlike music.
But also peaceful. It wouldn't be
Yeah,
like
no, no.
aggressive.
It wouldn't be aggressive.
Yeah.
It'd just be like
Yeah.
really subtle.
The word you're looking for is balanced.
No, ha ha ha.
Meta.
No, but I don't think he should be balanced. I think he should be very light, but then with hints of darkness creeping in every now and then. Like you can have like
little
a,
strong ropes.
yeah,
Yeah, you know.
yeah, you know. And then I was thinking,
What are we talking about? Thanos strongly groping something.
no,
A
no,
little-
not anyone. The
Yeah.
music.
Yeah.
And then Black
he
Widow.
has the Infinity Gauntlet. He can do whatever he.
Do you know
can
what Black
imagine.
Widow would be?
What?
It's the Mission Impossible theme song,
Yeah.
but just Russianized.
Oh, yeah. Or then just like, I'm a Barbie girl. No.
You have issues.
Have you seen the Black Widow trailer?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
And
Usually
then-
I always watch the
It has-
trailers. but
Who plays Jim Hopper?
David Harbour.
Yeah, David Harbour
David
as
Harbour, yeah.
Captain Communist.
Oh yeah.
Captain Comedy, isn't it like the red?
Captain America who's fat.
Yeah.
Yep,
But
exactly
what's
what
the
you
name?
think.
Red something.
I don't remember the
Red
guy's-
Guardian, I think.
But Harbour is actually a good actor.
I like
he
it.
is with a fucked up history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what happened to him?
I don't know. He was an alcoholic.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, but how old is he? Because he doesn't look that old.
I think he's in his 40s.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, because I was thinking if he's like in his 30s, how did he have time to do all of that? But yeah,
How do you have time for alcoholism?
yeah,
No,
with
okay,
all the
we're talking about
student loans
someone
and stuff.
who doesn't
yeah.
look like how it's Paul Rudd.
Yeah,
Man is not
that's insane.
as old as he
Yeah,
is.
he's over 50.
Yeah,
He's insane.
How?
I mean,
I respect
That's-
Paul Rudd because
it's-
Brockhampton.
it's moisturizer.
Maybe.
It's not just moisturizer.
It
no
is-
man stays that young.
Who you? Neither you use moisturizer.
No,
I do.
I
when?
don't.
Whoa.
All the time, but not to make myself look younger, but to
No,
stop
but-
my skin from constantly peeling off.
Yeah, but like, it keeps your skin
Moist.
without wrinkles.
But it's not just the wrinkles, it's about his smile and just like general happiness.
Yeah.
Seems like-
Yeah, no one can be that happy.
Did you guys see the Hot Ones interview
Yeah.
with Paul Rudd?
No, I haven't seen it.
I mean, it's the most wholesome thing ever made.
Yeah.
Guys, if you haven't seen it, go check it out.
Just watch Hot Ones in general.
Yeah.
Great show. I've
Hot
watched
Ones,
every
if you want to
episode.
pay us for this
Yeah.
plug.
Sean
go
Evans.
ahead.
Hot
Please
Ones,
hit me up.
if you want us on Hot Ones.
If you want to come on the podcast, guys.
Yeah.
Come on, Sean Evans, please.
And we
I'm
could eat
begging
some
you.
wings. I mean, Ciaran could definitely go for some wings right now.
Oh, I
Yeah.
would definitely.
I mean, you went for some wings today, right? No, they weren't wings.
They were nuggets.
They
Oh,
were
okay.
like grocery store, not chicken nuggets.
Oh, they were horrible. What was that?
You
meat?
said it was good though.
with the dip, but not by itself.
Oh, okay.
Dip.
Guys.
Yeah.
What's the best dip?
From where?
Dip.
In general?
If you could only eat one dip for the rest of your life,
mean,
that's
maybe-
not ketchup.
Yeah.
Sriracha.
An actual dip.
Okay, an actual dip. All right.
That's a sauce.
But there's a sriracha dip in cottage pizza.
Okay, fair.
Actual dip.
I'll accept it.
But if it's like a fast food dip,
No, it doesn't have to be fast
I say
food.
sweet chili. Like
Okay, yeah, sweet chili goes with a lot
Sweet
of
chili. That's also.
Because I have that with potato mash and everyone hates
But
me
also, okay.
things. Why
do we
would you have it
define
with
dip
potato,
here?
man?
for it. Fish fingers, potato mash, and sweet chili.
How do we define dip here? Because
Okay.
also, sweet chili is something you pour all
Yeah,
over
true,
your
it's
food.
kind of a
But you can
sauce.
have like the McDonald's sweet chili
Yeah,
dips.
but you don't do that.
What did you just say? That was just gibberish.
Do you have a dog?
No, of course he doesn't.
I just heard a dog.
No,
Nah,
it was
it's a
the sound
door.
of the
It's a door.
All right, we're gonna get murdered.
Dude, all of the doors here. Listen.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Oh, you think that's bad? The times when I came over to his house for a sleepover, like when I was younger, scared me.
You also scared me when I was in the bathroom and you started playing the piano at 3
Okay,
a.m.
that was fire though.
That was super
And there was
scary.
another time where I think he nearly broke something because he was coming from the toilet, and I was just like hiding around the corner, and I jump
Coming for the toilet, like, I'm coming!
coming from the toilet.
Like, toilet tummy, I'm coming!
Here's Johnny.
It's like Liam Neeson before he goes to the bathroom. I will look for you. I will find you.
Talk
I
about
will
Liam
shoot
Neeson.
Now, imagine if that was the movie, if that's what he said. That would be scary.
Somebody took his toilet.
No. Like,
don't
if he
take a
called the
man's
person,
toilet.
he'd be like, I will pour out my intestines and spill my feces inside you.
Why are we talking about disgusting stuff like this?
Yeah.
I mean, I bet a bunch of people would pay for Liam Neeson's
No, stop.
feces.
No, we're not
Honestly,
talking about this.
hey, I'm just saying.
Noah, let's switch the subject.
Oh,
Noah.
Well, what do you want to talk about?
Well, Liam Neeson was on something, not recently, but I watched it recently again. The Graham Norton Show. Have either of you watched the Graham Norton Show?
No.
I only watch it like a couple times a year with somebody who I like.
It's a great show in my
Yeah.
opinion. It's
You
the
know who's
best, like, what you call these?
Late night show.
But
Yeah.
it's not a late night show. 'cause
talk show?
Yeah, talk shows.
Yeah.
It's the best in my opinion because Graham Norton actually has comedic timing.
I like
Yeah.
Conan.
Okay,
Conan is classic. Definitely.
Conan's classic.
Jimmy Fallon is kind of fake, but he has
Yeah.
funny games. Jimmy
Yeah.
Kimmel is kind of an asshole.
Yeah,
but-
I don't really like Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, he doesn't have much of him.
Ellen-
James Corden.
James Corden's fine, but there's
Yeah,
nothing too special.
somehow
'cause
he's
Carpool
like the-
Karaoke's paid nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, somehow he's the most famous, and he's like flying planes with Kanye West while singing. and stuff.
That video was good though.
Yeah,
Okay,
and then
was
there's
him
entertaining.
singing with people is fun.
Yeah.
Ellen, I used to like, but I don't like anymore.
Yeah.
Jimmy Kimmel and Jimmy Fallon, James Corden, okay. I like some of his stuff.
Oh yeah, Stephen Colbert.
Stephen Colbert,
I mean, I would say he's too political. All
Yeah.
his monologues is nowadays about
Exactly.
politics. It's funny for the first like 7-8 times,
but
but then it's
it gets
like,
repetitive.
yeah.
Then Letterman
That's
and
such a weird euphemism to use because usually people are like, it's funny for the first few times, but no, it's like around 7 or 8.
I watched
The 9th
him.
time unbearable.
I watched him in the spring for a couple of weeks
Yeah.
straight, all the monologues, and it's every day like,
Who's the-
oh, guys, Trump, guys.
who are the
What's
other
Trump
ones?
doing now, huh? He's orange and he looks like a peach. What is he doing, man? That's Stephen Colbert going at it.
Who's the really dry guy?
Dry?
Is it Oliver?
Yeah, Oliver, he doesn't use moisturizer.
Yeah,
though.
all
He has
drink
wrinkles.
water.
As in,
Yeah.
I mean, his comedy style
Yeah,
is
yeah.
very dry.
Yeah, Oliver, I definitely.
Yeah, and then
The guy with the glasses?
yeah,
Then there's that one guy who's just like, looks like the dude from Office. I don't remember his name. He has like grey short hair and very like a TV face.
Jay Leno.
No.
Because Jay Leno has grey hair. But okay, David Letterman is also a classic. And
Yeah.
what's
We're
his
just
name?
naming all the people who interviewed Kanye this year.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
He did
yeah.
his Netflix
Yeah.
show
And then what's the other
where
one? I'm thinking
Kanye
of?
gave him like Yeezys. and
Who's
stuff.
the author dude? Or no, the dude with why don't I remember his name? Is it King?
King? I don't know.
He has glasses. He was around like the same time as Letterman. He interviewed like M back in the day.
I don't remember.
What's the Australian dude with the snake cup? Who's like, he's always charming all the women on his show. It's actually insane. It's a talk show, but he's like next level charisma basically. And it's Scottish. I think he's not Australian, Scottish. Yeah. I can't remember.
Sean Connery.
No, you guys don't probably know him, but he's. Really
I probably
funny
do it
also.
by face. I don't
But he's
remember.
not there these days.
But none of their like David Letterman and Conan O'Brien are really classic feeling
Yeah.
nowadays.
Yeah.
The rest of them are just blah. But then Graham Norton's just so different
Yeah.
because it's not
Yeah,
like
because he's British.
and there's no games or anything. It's just
yeah.
because it's like. And he's not even like involved in that much. He's just there laughing. It's just like celebrities interacting with each other and
Yeah.
him just guiding them.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how it should be.
Yeah.
Because nobody wants to hear the same guy just ask the same questions every week.
Yeah.
You know?
That's why I like it so much.
Yeah.
But no, we're forgetting the best late night host, Superwoman,
Who's that?
Who?
the YouTuber Superwoman.
What?
Wait, she did a late night show?
She has her own late night show. She's had it for like a couple months now.
Wait.
What's her actual name?
There's a Superwoman.
I
thought
thought
Superman
it was
enough.
like Supergirl or something. I don't even remember her name. Like, I know the channel.
Lily Singh has her own late
I
night
don't know
show.
who that. I don't know.
You probably know by face then. She used to be
probably
a YouTuber, but she has her own late night. It's horrible.
Wait, how did we get to the topic of late night shows? Kieran
don't
was saying
know.
something.
I said
I don't
'cause
know that
Liam
person.
Neeson, I watched Liam Neeson
Oh, yeah,
on
yeah.
Graham Norton yesterday. Like I
Yeah.
was re-going for
You
like,
know
all
what's
the episodes.
what's the most legendary late night show, talk show performance ever?
What?
Yeah, this is actually like you remember?
Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did that thing where he was basically doing
The
a
exact
character in
same
real
scene.
life,
Yeah.
but he didn't tell anyone. He said he like quit acting, and started a rapping career,
Yeah.
and grew like this crazy long beard and started using sunglasses, became this character, and his brother was secretly making a film of it all the whole time, but the public didn't know about it, and public went crazy like, I'm an actor, Joaquin Phoenix,
Yeah.
got insane. Then he went on Letterman and did this like insane performance, like Letterman had like no idea, like and he like Joaquin Phoenix at one point takes his gum and sticks it under his table and stuff, and he doesn't like answer any questions like properly like how they usually do. He's just like Letterman asks like a minute long question and he's like yeah, and then just silently sits there and looks around. Actually insane.
Yeah, I mean, people didn't maybe know him that well before the Joker, but now everyone knows
No,
him.
people knew him.
Generation Z now knows him.
Yeah.
Oh, he was very known. He was very known.
Yeah, but I honestly think he should probably win the Oscar
he
for
should,
best.
but it's
lead
probably not
actor.
gonna happen.
Who do you think would win then?
Well, nah.
Leonardo DiCaprio?
For what?
Once
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
No, I wouldn't say.
He didn't do any other movies.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
What movies has there been anyways?
I think Brad Pitt was better.
Brad Pitt has done so
Brad
much.
Pitt is just like, he's a good neutral actor.
Ad Astra was pretty good in my
I
opinion.
didn't see that.
I recommend it. Joker, that Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, what else came out that was really good
I don't know.
in movie theaters?
Well, not critically, but I enjoyed it. Was John Wick 3. Because
Parabellum.
like the plots are always bad, but I just really like the action and the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like it's
These are not
entertaining.
really like Oscar movies.
Yeah.
I
I
think
don't know what came out this year.
Um,
the Oscar should go to the guy in Midsommar who had that
Honestly,
insane sex scene.
Did the cheap Chris Pratt. Like he actually kind of.
Oh yeah, cheap Chris Pratt. Yeah, I get it.
well, there was the Ford V Ferrari.
Oh, that's not gonna win anything.
Okay.
Dude, it's a movie about two car companies.
Okay, boomer.
Yeah.
Star Wars is gonna come out.
When?
It's not eligible for.
No,
an
it isn't because
Oscar.
it comes out December.
Well,
It's always in
It's
December.
coming out on the 18th, 2 days before school ends.
Have you
Jesus
watched?
Christ.
So in 1 week and 2 days.
Oh my god.
Have you watched Knives Out?
No.
Because
What's
I've
that?
heard
I mean,
about
it's
that.
like it's a Hercule Poirot movie with
Yeah.
Daniel Craig.
Hmm.
He's like the detective, and then there's Captain America being like douchebag in the house, and there's all these stereotypical characters played by usual Hollywood people, and then it's like an American version of Hercule Poirot, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, but there's a lot of like movies that have come out recently based on Hercule Poirot or
Yeah.
just Agatha Christie movies in general.
Okay.
Agatha, because Murder on the Orient Express
Yeah.
is actually good in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Is
I
it
liked
though?
I liked it.
Wait, what's the dystopian cyberpunk movie that you went to watch? That I never got the chance to see.
Came out last year. Mortal Engine.
Mortal Engines,
The
yeah.
one about like cities on these walking things and
Oh,
like an
yeah.
That had
apocalypse.
such a good premise, but apparently the movie
It's-
was
Yeah,
bad.
I heard
Trash.
Yeah, I heard only trash.
But
about
I
it.
liked it because I love that steampunk.
But the idea
apocalypse
is so
movies.
cool, though.
What
Yeah.
did it give on Metacritic? Let's
But-
see.
Like all of those movies,
27%.
all of those movies that have like a super big premise of a dystopian society where like one person can't make any difference. Those are like super interesting. Like Brave New World and 1984 as books and all
Yeah.
of those. I don't know why, it's just like interesting because it's like a commentary on what humanity is, you know?
Honey Boy came out this year.
I haven't seen that.
Shia LaBeouf.
Oh,
People saying it's his best acting role or one of it.
Shia LaBeouf is insane.
Insanely
good.
He's a peculiar man.
Yeah.
But I like him, even though he's a horrible man sometimes.
I don't think he's a horrible man.
What about Rambo Last Blood? That's definitely the
Oh
best
yeah,
movie.
Rambo Home Alone.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
basically.
literally like what the trailer was. He was
Yeah.
like in his home, like my past is coming for me. Oh wait, let me do a better Sylvester Stallone. Yeah, no, like.
Wait.
Yeah, my past is coming.
This-
No, I can't do Sylvester Stallone. But he's basically home alone, and then it shows like people coming, and he's making like traps, like in Home Alone. But this time it's just like blades swinging from the wall and just cutting necks.
Yeah. But like, there's also the Peanut Butter Falcon or whatever, which is another Shia LaBeouf movie that came out this year. He did 2 movies.
Wait. I don't know what that one is either. Like, what's the idea of that movie?
I haven't watched that one, but that one is about someone who wants to become a wrestler. And like they run away from home to make that show. I don't know
Wait,
the
did
rest of it.
Creed 2 come out this year?
No.
No.
It came out
Okay.
2018.
How about, are you guys excited for the new James Bond?
Yeah, I want to see it.
Did you watch the trailer?
No, I
Wait,
don't
was
do
that James Bond?
Well, it said
What?
like 007 and then Bond on it. I
Okay,
think
no.
it was James Bond.
No, I wasn't watching that.
Wait, was that Chris Bond?
Yeah,
No,
wait,
no, that's not what I meant.
wait, Jimmy Bond.
No, because I misunderstood. Because like I saw an advert for something like "The Good Die Young" or something. It was called,
No.
and
It's
they had Daniel Craig in it.
the
That's what it was.
name of the movie is dumb. I'm just gonna say that right now.
What's the name?
No Time to Die.
It sounds like a Bond movie
Yeah,
title.
it's like.
We're back in the 70s.
Yeah, or like it's just
Wait, no, that
so
is what it
weird in a
is.
way.
Daniel Craig.
Yeah.
His final James Bond movie. Yeah, but like it didn't read 007 in the YouTube video that was recommended to me. It just said No Time to Die, and I was
Yeah,
wondering why. I
yeah.
was like Daniel Craig movie, and I was wondering if it was the James Bond one.
God, there's no possible time. I would try to make like other names for it, like with no time.
Well, think about the other James Bond movie titles. Most of them have some really weird names.
Yeah, wasn't one called like very long time ago, like Never Say Never or something?
I think
It's-
that's a Justin Bieber song.
No, but I think that's also a James Bond
Really?
movie. Yeah.
Wait, it's
Dude,
called.
James Bond and Fast and Furious movies are like our podcast, but movies. Their audience, target audience is everyone.
Yeah.
Every person who's ever lived or will ever live.
Yeah.
No, there's no Never Say Never. I don't think, but there's From Russia with Love, Dr. No, Goldfinger, Thunderball, You Only Live Twice, On Her Majesty's Secret Service, Live and Let Die, The Man with the Golden Gun, which is where
Okay,
the best
live
James
and let
Bond.
die. probably,
Casino
like,
Royale.
No, but the best video game came from Golden Gun.
I haven't played.
Golden Eye.
Golden Gun's the movie where the Golden Gun's from. That's in the game.
Yeah, but isn't the best game
Yeah.
Golden Eye?
But it has the Golden Gun, if I remember correctly, or is that the other one? Because it's like a multiplayer.
Too many golden things.
There is
Fingers, eyes,
Die Another Day
guns.
is a great name.
Teeth that weren't
But
actually
the
real.
name, I don't really. Live and Let Die probably has the best song.
No,
Paul McCartney.
the best song in my opinion is Diamonds Are Forever.
Mm.
Because then that was used as a sample by Kanye West
Yeah.
in the song Diamonds from Sierra Leone featuring
Yeah.
Jay-Z.
There's no bloody time to die, man.
Or then
You're too busy to
Then
die. Too busy to die.
Every
that's the-
podcast episode, we have to have like a piece of advice that we give our listeners. This week,
Yeah.
it's there's no time to die, guys.
You got
Just
no
keep
time
living.
to die.
Keep living.
wait,
You
is
have
it
no
Quantum
time.
of Solace or Casino Royale that has what's his face? One of my favorite singers, the lead singer of Soundgarden's, Chris Cornell's You Know My Name.
I don't remember. I just remember that I liked Casino Royale more than
Yeah.
But it's,
any other
Casino
James
Royale
Bond
is
movie.
You Know My Name.
But
That's one
again,
of my
the
favorites.
stunt filming of the new James Bond movie came out, like the one from the trailer.
Yeah.
There's like a part where he goes with a motorbike off this ramp to like a plaza over like a wall over to a plaza full of like people doing a church march or something.
Why is it
And-
always a march nowadays?
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
the Day of the
Inspector.
Dead,
Yeah.
Inspector.
Yeah, but it wasn't like a big, it was like a line. But like, still the stunt is insane. Like the guy actually going and doing it, like not Daniel Craig, but some dude.
Yeah.
There's an insane jump over the wall to the place, and he just had no wires or anything. He's just riding a motorbike.
Okay, who
And
do you
there's
think?
another where he jumps off a bridge and then goes with a rope. Like,
Who do you think the best Bond is?
I mean, I don't. Okay. Before we go to that, there like, well, yeah, let's go to that.
Good one. I mean, Daniel Craig is pretty good.
Daniel Craig is the most realistic.
Yeah.
I mean, all right,
No.
we put all the Bonds together in a battle royale. Who
Who's
do you think
gonna
is gonna win?
Sean Connery, without a
Oh,
doubt.
have you seen Sean Connery fight in those films? It's like this, like, hey, hey.
Yeah.
He's super stiff
We
and
need
slow.
a photographer.
No, but
He's
the
a
thing
super
is,
stiff and slow dude.
no, but the thing is, he just win everyone by the way he speaks. Like, you've had your shiksh.
Yeah, dude. And then the one time the guy was in the bath and he tried to shoot him, but he just like quickly threw a wire in the bath, and the dude was like, and then he just walked away. He walked away like, shocking.
We're really missing our producer, guys.
He's like, shocking. He has the best like lines. But
Yeah.
He's not. He wouldn't win in a fight. And Roger Moore is just like Goofy Bond. I don't know if you ever saw that part where he was like fighting the main villain of the movie, and then he put like a shark pellet in his mouth or something, and it went in his tummy, and he just inflates like a balloon and explodes above a pool when they were fighting the pool.
That sounds like a fever dream.
Yeah, but it's so funny, dude. It's so
Yeah.
like, and then he explodes, and it's clearly a balloon that explodes. And then Bronson, who's the early 2000s Bond?
Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah, Pierce Bronson.
Brosnan.
Brosnan.
Is this a new segment? Noah pronouncing names.
Pierce Broccoli, all right. And he had one good movie, right? What was it? GoldenEye.
Yeah, he's in
Yeah.
GoldenEye.
Otherwise, it's all pretty bad. I mean, his thing was the running. I don't know if you ever saw. Yeah, the sharp hands. So he has his hand like straight.
Which is what Tom Cruise runs like as well. Have you noticed?
Yeah, and then he
I
has
think
his.
how Tom Cruise runs is he runs a cult.
And then he has his. Broccoli Bond also has his lips like puckered. Yeah,
puckered.
Like a little bit, and then he has like he's squinting his eyes and he's going like super sharp hand. That's how Pierce Brosnan.
Okay, what's your critique on Daniel Craig? You've critiqued the other Bonds now.
My critique on Daniel Craig, I mean, He's kind of my Bond, you know.
He's blank.
He is my Bond as well.
I mean, how is he blank?
Because, like, I think that makes him a great spy, but doesn't make him a great actor in the movies, you know.
Now, have you seen him talk with women in that movie?
Yeah.
Women.
Women.
But I feel
Women.
like... But, the funny thing is, the books are so different to what, like, at least the earlier movies were.
Books?
Yeah.
Dude, what kind of person reads James Bond books?
No, but the thing is...
Dude, what?
No, but you're forgetting... Like, in my dad's childhood, they didn't watch the movies.
Yeah.
They watched someone read the books on radio.
Whoa.
Dude,
Boomer.
the kind
That's
of
just
person
London
who
when you're
reads
broke.
James Bond books is the kind of person who would go to a shooting range cafe.
What?
That's all I'm
True.
saying. That's all I'm
the
saying.
books are interesting because the guy who wrote them, Ian Fleming,
Yeah.
was a naval intelligence officer.
Wait, is James Bond based on an actual person?
No, it's just
Okay,
him
okay.
writing about, like, he
No.
took what he witnessed as a intelligence officer, aka a spy,
Yeah.
but, like, not behind lines, and then just wrote that into a character, but then just, like, dramatized it.
Yeah.
But the difference is, the earlier movies make it very goofier and, like, more unrealistic, but the books have Bond be a very cold and calculative person.
Which
I mean,
is more
Sean
like Daniel
Connery.
Craig.
Daniel Craig. And the first ever book written was Casino Royale.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Sean Connery is kind of like in the middle of
Yeah,
the goofiness.
because he's not the goofiest.
But he definitely has something like
Humor.
I think the first movie ended with he's like on the beach with a woman, and then some guy comes like from the bushes, tries to shoot him, and he just takes like a shotgun with like a harpoon and just shoots into the guy. He's like,
Yeah.
ooh, and it goes into the tree, and then Sean Connery's like, you got the point, and then the movie ends. It's like, something like that. And then Roger Moore is just goofy. It's like 60s Batman, you know?
Yeah.
It's like the ultra goofy stuff, like Iron Thief Man
Yeah.
and Go to the Moon.
But I just feel
And then-
like
then-
Oh yeah, that one.
yeah, like that stuff. And then there's
That was such a weird
and
movie.
they have like really weird guns sometimes. and it
and
feels
then
like a
there was
Doctor
the
Who movie.
80s Bond whose name I never remember, but he was alright.
Roger Moore.
No, that Roger Moore was the goofy one. He was the second Bond.
Yeah.
There was one guy who had like one Bond movie and he was whack.
I know who you're talking about.
But
My dad hates
but
him.
then after that, there was the dude who I'm talking about, who was alright, but he's kind of like negligible.
Wait, I'll just look at all the actors.
And then B.S. Brosnan is well, the worst. No, not the worst. But like the
No,
second worst. And then, but Daniel Craig, he has that Sean Connery charisma though. He has those lines.
Yeah.
Okay, so there was Sean Connery, David Niven, George Lazenby, Roger Moore, Timothy Dalton, Pierce Brosnan, Daniel Craig.
Can you show me? Sean Connery, these two guys, I don't
Or
know.
pretty unknown.
Timothy Dalton is the 80s Bond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say Daniel Craig is a better spy, but Sean Connery has better, like, just catchphrases. Like, that's a Smith & Wesson, and you've had your shicks.
Yeah.
Shocking, or Bond.
Yeah, but
James
that's okay. But like, surprisingly enough, Roger Moore is like has been the Bond for the longest time, right?
Yeah, I think so. The longest years, at least, in between.
There's one where he is like dressed as a clown. He goes to the circus and he has clown makeup on. He goes goofs around and shoots someone and then goes away because that was Bond does.
Yeah.
Like who cares about the plot of Bond? It's always like, oh, there's Bond. He's going on a mission. There's this weird-looking bad dude. Now there's this woman.
Yeah.
They're together. The bad guy takes the woman, and now Bond has to kill the bad guy, and all
I
the
mean,
world's safe.
That's like John Wick as well. The plot is irrelevant because it's much more about the shots and like
Yeah.
how the violence actually happens.
I haven't seen any John Wick movies though.
Honestly, they might be my guilty pleasure. Like I know they're bad movies, but I enjoy them.
The first movie's not bad.
It's kind of bad,
No, the first movie's great.
considering the fact that he's just saved by this underground man who runs the sewers and then promises him a better life, like Deus Ex Machina.
Deus Ex Machina.
Yeah.
Don't want to be rude or anything, but this room is starting to smell.
It's too much alpha testosterone here. But yeah,
High,
Deus Ex
high tea.
Machina,
And we
always.
are probably like 1 hour 30 minutes in.
All right.
1 hour
Before we
21.
end, I had one more point related to the Bond. why do you guys think that Bond became like the most iconic spy and not like Jason Bourne or some other?
Well, because Bond was the first.
Was he?
Dude, Bond started in the 50s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ian Fleming lived a while ago.
Okay, but I mean,
60s.
there's been a lot of like spy fiction before that as
Yeah,
well.
but he is still the classic. He is
Yeah.
what it's all based upon in a way.
Yeah, fair enough.
But the thing is, because James Bond is the
Yeah.
original British stereotype of an
Yeah.
agent.
Yeah,
And the new one actually looks great. Rami Malek as the villain looked insane. And he had this.
he's a good actor.
He had this like super creepy French accent in the movie. Like, James Bond.
But I'd be fine
man who
with
kills.
Idris Elba as James Bond.
Yeah, but it's gonna be the woman, right?
But like, I don't,
Probably.
why call it James
I mean,
Bond?
didn't they already announce it?
Yeah, and she's in the new Bond movie. Like Bond is retired, and then like he meets him, and then the Bond is like, "Oh, you're a 007, huh?" And then she's like, "Yeah,
Yeah, but
2
like,
years." Or
I'm
something
perfectly
like that.
fine with
And
her
then they
being-
have like a feud in the movie or something.
But like, I
They're
don't.
making a James Bond universe.
Okay. But like, oh, but that's kind of weird because there's so much things that don't connect. But
Yeah.
Spectre tried connecting them.
But
I mean, the
it
whole
didn't really
all
work.
of Daniel Craig is
Connected,
Connecting.
yes. But like the other ones do not connect to that.
no.
But then
No,
Spectre,
but theoretically,
Spectre tried to connect them by having like references to everything in the
Yeah.
museum thingy. But the issue about a woman being Bond,
Yeah,
I don't have an issue with a woman being Bond. They just can't be called James Bond because
Yeah.
it's not realistic
Yeah.
to say, "Oh, my name
What
is James"
It's Janet Bond,
or Jamie even.
Jamie Bond,
It just doesn't sound. It doesn't sound the same though. But just having 007 be your nickname, I'm
Janice
Yeah.
Bond.
completely fine with that.
I mean, the idea that she just inherits the code name is like a lot better,
Yeah.
and she's
Yeah.
like a completely separate character. That
I don't
works
think
a
you
lot
should
better.
always have to like
I mean,
gender swap characters.
Yeah,
Just create new characters.
yeah. Like the Ghostbuster thing, that was horrible.
But isn't? Did you see, by the way, the new Ghostbusters trailer came
Yeah.
out 3 hours ago?
No, I didn't see the thing that came out when we met up.
No, it came out before that.
Oh, okay.
Because also the trailer for what it was a Ghostbusters or something else as well that like came when I was just about to come here that I watched,
Okay.
but it was trash.
by the
so I
way,
forgot.
Just saying, new Ghostbusters, Finn Wolfhard. Okay, you're in too many movies. You got the same house as in It 1 in the trailer. Like literally, it looks like the same house,
Huh.
the old ghost house. And
But Finn
makes
Finn
no
has
sense.
so much hype around
Yeah,
him now.
Ghostbusters
Yeah.
3
They have to add him.
yeah,
is the trailer
yeah, that's what I'm talking
with
about.
Paul Rudd and Bill Murray.
Yeah, that's
Bill
what I'm
Murray.
talking
Yeah,
about.
it wasn't 2, it was 3.
What are you saying?
Because you said Ghostbusters 2, but it's
No,
Ghostbusters
I said
3.
like a couple hours ago.
I don't mean hours. I mean
Oh
the
my God.
movie is called Ghostbusters 3.
Yeah.
And you said Ghostbusters 2 came out 3 hours ago.
No.
Guys, we'll check the audio and see who wins in
Okay,
court.
I don't care, but anyway, it came out, yes.
Yeah, yeah. No, but like about the whole Ghostbusters female remake thing, like there's no issue with making characters that are females into universes or something,
Yeah.
but like just gender swapping characters for the sake of gender swapping it's like kind of pointless, you know?
Yeah, well, we gotta make the feminists happy sometimes.
I mean, but like there's so many better ways to do it. Just have a
Yeah.
protagonist who's female and isn't like a stereotypical female protagonist.
But that's easier to just gender swap
Yeah,
and make
yeah.
a comedy movie.
Yeah.
For Chris Hemsworth, for some reason.
Yeah.
Oh, he's in. No. But
I
like
mean-
the new movie is just basically living off of nostalgia. There was nothing
Yeah.
new or
Yeah.
interesting. It's just Power Rod.
And that's the issue. It's either just, oh, let's just include everyone, or let's just have a nostalgia trip. But, like, I think first make sure the character is written well.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to be exclusive, or no, inclusive, I mean, go for it. I'm
Yeah.
all with that. Just make sure the characters are written well.
Do you guys think we're entering an age where there's no more original movies?
Yes.
Everything's a sequel or a remake or a
Or just-
reboot.
Every idea
most-
It
is
seems
done.
like it.
Most, but there is original movies.
Especially if you watch, like, indie French movies.
Yeah, I mean,
As
The
one does.
Lighthouse,
They're dope.
The Lighthouse, Midsommar.
Lighthouse.
Uh,
Oh my god, I really want to see it. I saw the trailer.
Midsommar is an amazing movie.
It's alright. Don't move the mic!
My bad.
Alright, bro. We literally got a mic that stays on your shirt in the same spot for the whole thing.
And man's holding
Because
it.
you were like with the last podcast, that was episode 0, you were going back and forth all the time, and it was like you were on a roller coaster or something. But now,
I gotta give him a surprise.
yeah.
No, but I just took it off because I thought we were ending the podcast.
Yeah, we are. But then you were like, but on the note of female Ghostbusters, and then now we're talking about it. All
I
right,
just
guys.
had to bring
Yes.
out the toxic masculinity.
It-
That
it's-
would be the end
Yeah.
of this
Alright,
podcast.
thanks for listening to episode 1.
Thank you. Bye.
Peace.
Hello.
Peace.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Peace.
I need to take cash evidence.